Channel 29 WHCS presents Peninsula District softball action. The Kecoughtan Warriors versus the Bethel Bruins. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Tim Cole, along with Bob Hintz and A.G. Womble, and we are here in Fox Hill at Francis Asbury Park. And we are underway, as you see on your screen, in the game between the Kecoughtan Warriors and the Bethel Bruin ladies. The Bruins, of course, are the visitors. They are at bat and stepping to the plate with a count of no strikes and 2 balls. And now a strike one. The batter is number 16, Mercedes Robinson.
She has 3 balls on her, Tim. As you can see, she tries to slow down with a base on balls. You want one of us to give the lineups here?
If you can, Bob. We, of course, came on very late, and we apologize for that. Of course, we haven't missed anything, as a strike is called to the batter, Sherry Wright, who's number 8.
Pitching, excuse me, Tim. Pitching is Rebecca Younger, number 17 for the Warriors, and she's the best pitcher that they've had this year. She's had 96 strikeouts, and they only issued 51 base on balls and given up 79 hits.
Runner is going. Good throw down. Gets her.
Excellent throw. Excellent throw by number 19, Tanya Rose, who is the catcher and one of the better catchers in the district, I might add. She does an excellent job. Has a nice arm, Tim.
So 1 away, as the runner trying to steal second is cut down. Count is 2-1 to the batter, Sherry Wright.
I've given a battery for the Warriors. Over on first base is number 21, Deborah Schultz.
Of course, Bob, the last time you and I were here at Francis Asbury, we were here for the state championship game.
With the same Kecoughtan girls were playing in that championship.
This one is fouled down the right field line.
Over on second for the Warriors is Lisa Lowry. At shortstop, number 20, Carrie Price. And playing third base, number 10, Julie Thompson. Out in left field is number 7, as a foul is hit that time. Number Deborah Zent is in left field. Center field, number 18, Lynn McKnight. And out in right field is number 11, Tracy Turner. That is the Kecoughtan Warrior defensive unit out there.
Ball 4, and going to first, Sherry Wright, and Sharon Edwards will step to the plate.
Sharon Edwards has had 2 triples, Tim, and she hit a home run Monday against Phoebus, which was the first home run hit by the Bruins this year, as they shut out the Phoebus Phantoms Monday, and then they lost yesterday to the league-leading Lafayette Rams, who have yet to lose a contest.
This one is caught in foul territory for out number 2. So Sharon Edwards lines to first, and it's now 2 outs for the Bruins. Hit to the third baseman, over to first, and the batter is out. That was Stacy Mabe, who I didn't even get a chance to let you know who the batter was, but Stacy hit the first pitch to the third baseman, and she is out on the throw to first.
Now try to get the Bethel roster up for Tim as they're getting out there on the field. Pitching will be number 10, Tammy Oliveira. Catching for the Warriors is 18, Michelle Gardner. Playing first, number 20, Sharon Edwards. Playing second, number 12, Mary Wiley. At third base, Stacy Mabes, number 17. At shortstop, number 16, Mercedes Robinson. Out in left field, number 8, Sherry Wright. In center field, Lori Mugler at number 19, and in right field is Ivania Carson, number 11. It's a real muggy day, Tim. It's supposed to be in the 80s today, and we're kind of surrounded by all the trees, so we're not picking up any breeze.
Let me give one correction on the lineup, Bob. Second baseman for Bethel will be Jennifer Hubble, and Mary Wiley will be the designated hitter.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. You're right.
Okay, just wanted to make sure we give the correct credit where due. Tracy Turner, the right fielder for the Lady Warriors, will step to the plate. We have no score. We're in the first inning, bottom of the first.
And you can see she's got pretty good batting credentials, Tim. In fact, the first 5 batters of the Warriors are very excellent.
Tracy Turner hitting .444. Takes a strike, 1-1.
Completely different pitching motions by the two pitchers, Tim.
This one's hit to the third baseman. And she is late getting it over there as Tracy Turner will run out the single. She beat out the infield single.
She really hustled, and I think being left-handed batter, being on that side of the plate, gave her that extra step to the first base. Had she been coming from the other side, she probably would have been thrown out.
Rebecca Younger takes the first pitch as a strike, and Tracy Turner goes down to second on the steal. Rebecca Younger, .521 batting average, the pitcher. She's a senior, as was or is Tracy Turner. There you see a good shot of the batter, Rebecca Younger. She hits it to the shortstop. And the shortstop throws the ball away, as going in safely at first is Rebecca Younger, who will reach on the error. Going to third on the play was Tracy Turner, who very wisely held up as the ball was hit to the shortstop, waited until the shortstop threw the ball, and then proceeded on to third.
There was an excellent play on her part, Tim, because they could have faked the throw and tagged her out had she tried to run and maybe try to score on that play.
Carrie Price steps to the plate. Carrie Price batting .476, and she is but a sophomore. High, the first pitch. Going down to second was Rebecca Younger. So the Warriors now have a threat with runners at second and third and nobody out. This one is hit down the third baseline, and it is going to drop in for a hit. And the Warriors will score the first run as Tracy Turner scores from third.
That was a very difficult play the third baseman had to try to catch that, Tim. The ball was popped up over her head. She had to run back and then look back over her shoulder, and that would have been a difficult play for anybody.
She almost made the play. It was a real good effort on her part. Third baseman for Bethel being Stacy Mabe. She did a good job in an effort to get that ball. The pitch is high. It gets away from the catcher. The batter is Lynn McKnight, the center fielder, batting .411. Lynn McKnight, I believe I remember her name from last year's game. I think she was on this team as well.
I kind of remember the name, yes.
Ball is low in the dirt, and it is saved by Michelle Gardner, the catcher, as she kept the ball out in front of her. So runners on second and third, still nobody out, and one run across for Kecoughtan.
Well, we have a different pitcher than what I thought we'd have today. Elisa Elrod was the gal that was supposed to pitch. She got sick during the ball game yesterday with Lafayette, Tim, and was had to be relieved in that game, and that's probably why she's not playing today.
3 balls, 1 strike. The count to Lynn McKnight. Lynn, as I mentioned, batting .411. And she'll hit this one to short center field. It's going to drop in. And scoring on the play is Rebecca Younger for the second run for Kecoughtan. And advancing to third is Carrie Price.
And the Lynn went down to second on the throw in, Tim. So we have runners on second and third, both in scoring positions.
So Kecoughtan keeps the rally going. Tanya Rose, the catcher, steps to the plate and takes strike one. Tanya Rose, a .420 hitter. You just don't see any weaknesses in this batting lineup for the Kecoughtan Warrior girls.
Not until you get down to the end of the lineup and you find anybody in the 200.
This one is pounded to the shortstop. She holds the runner momentarily, throws to first for the out, and quickly over to third. It gets away from the third baseman. Bad throw. And coming in for run number 4 is Lynn McKnight.
You are keeping track of these runs, right, Tim?
Oh, I'm doing a wonderful job. I think I've got 4 runs in here. We've got 5 batters up and
1 out and
1 out. Bases empty, so that would figure. The
sounds
batter
good to me, Tim.
Batter is Deborah Schultz, the first baseman, batting .350. Pitch is low. So a rocky start here for the Bethel Bruins as Tammy Oliveira has been tagged for 3 singles. An error was charged, and it's 4-0. This one is hit to left field, and the left fielder, Sherry Wright, makes the easy catch. And now 2 outs for Kecoughtan. Tim Cole with Bob Hintz and our roving reporter, A.G. Womble, who is around the stands here somewhere. If there's any cheerleaders, I'm sure he'll be finding them. I haven't seen them yet, though.
He'll find somebody to talk to, Tim.
Strike on the outside corner to the batter, Deborah Schultz. Check that. I'm sorry, that's Julie Thompson, who was batting. Excuse me, Debbie Schultz is not hitting. And a ground out for Julie Thompson ends the inning. But not before the Warriors register 4 runs, 3 hits, 1 error. And that's the way we have it after 1 complete inning. There you see the score, the homestanding Kecoughtan Warriors. Bob, I know we were kind of hastily put our statistics together, but you did your usual good job. How is Kecoughtan doing this year? I know they were state runner-ups last year.
You asked me the one thing I didn't know. I can tell you what Bethel is. Bethel is 8-7, 7-7 overall.
Okay.
8-7. I'm sorry, 7-7 in the district, 8-7 overall. Kecoughtan has got a little bit better record than that. Tim, I really don't know what it is they have.
Well, we're going to
research that. And I apologize for that.
Well, you shouldn't apologize. We have the problem, of course, is getting some of this information from the schools. Not that they're not willing and cooperative, because they certainly are, but it's just a matter of time factor sometimes.
Well, and Tim, the Daily Press is not carrying any of the standings for the girls softball this year, so there was no way that I could pick it up, so I can blame them.
We'll blame them.
They're not here to defend themselves, are they?
At least not in person. Okay, so the Bethel Bruins, to start the second inning, Tammy Oliveira will be the batter. She is the pitcher, and she takes the first pitch high for a ball.
She's batting .303, Tim.
And the second pitch is a strike, 1-1.
The pitcher for the Warriors, Rebecca Younger, uses the much faster windup on her pitch than what Tammy does, and what's happening is when the Bethel Bruins do make contact, they're hitting it to the right because they're coming around late on the ball, and everything is being hit to the right-hand side.
Ivania Carson, the right fielder, steps in. She hits it back to the pitcher. Easy play over to first. So the Warriors are just mowing them down here. There's been a couple of walks early in the first, but after those 2 walks, Rebecca Younger has settled down and gotten the last 4 batters in a row.
Well, Tim, she hasn't pitched, but that's the 5th pitch she's pitched this inning, and she's got 2 out.
Mary Wiley, number 12, the designated hitter. A freshman is at the plate. This one is outside. 3 balls, no strikes. This one is across the plate. 3-1. Well, I certainly want to echo what has been said about the Soviet Union game with the Boo Williams team last week at the Coliseum. Strike 2 called. It was a great enjoyment for me and I think you to be there to do that game.
Absolutely, Tim.
Hope the fans had a chance to see that. Second annual visit by the Soviet Junior National Team. And whoever went to see that game definitely got their money's worth.
They got more than money's worth, Tim. They got to see 2 real good ball games and then got to see the Boo Williams take the the Soviet team into extra time, 5 minutes, a little overtime there, but that really was an excellent game.
So the second inning, getting back to the softball game at hand here, Mary Wiley is a strikeout victim, the first of the ball game, and the Bethel Bruins go down 1-2-3, and Kecoughtan, after 1.5, leads 4-0. There you see us as we are set up here in the booth.
I need to move over closer there.
This is still called Francis Asbury Park, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
I know it's at Francis Asbury School, and I would assume they didn't change the name of the place here. We have the air times for this game, Bob. I understand
yes,
we're going to be showing this game at 9:15 Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday here on Channel 29, and then on Friday the 20th, the game will air at 10 a.m. So if you have some friends that didn't get a chance to come out to the game, hey, looky here. Talk about legs Stills. We got a new star on the horizon here. That's Dr. Sam Stills. You talk about a man of all trades, jack of all trades. The man does it all, and there he is out here on this.
He's usually our director, him and Scotty, and Scotty is in the truck, and they got Dr. Sam on top of the truck. I guess they figured better Scotty be inside than on top of.
Well, Dr. Sam has nicer legs than Scotty too. So
okay, I knew there's some reason.
Well, that's the last time we'll get a shot of you and I from our director, Scotty Bowers. That's for sure. Strike 1 is the call to Deborah Zend, the left fielder. She fouls this one down the right field line.
Well, Tim, while we're watching this game, I did find some real good news today that we are and have been approved to do the Hampton Tab game, the first football game of the season. So that's something we'll be able to look forward to. They're going out and check out Bailey Field out of York High School in a couple of weeks, and we're looking forward to doing that.
That is wonderful news. Of course, those of you who are high school baseball or football fans, rather, you're certainly aware of the prowess of the Tab Tigers. And, of course, Hampton High School's reputation doesn't need to be necessarily expanded on either. So that should be one heck of a ball game, and we will be there to bring that game to you. First game of the season, as Deborah Zend is a strikeout victim here at the top of the second. The bottom of the second for Kecoughtan. But Terry Kirby and company will be the opponents for the Hampton Crabbers, and we'll be there for that game to kick off the high school football season this coming fall. So I'm really glad to hear that.
I knew you would be.
Ball high. The batter for Kecoughtan is Karen Devers, who is the designated hitter. Strike 2.
Well, it looks like Oliveira has gotten a little confidence, struck out the first batter she just faced that time, and now has a strike on, who is that, number 5? That's Karen Devers, the DH.
Ball is high inside. It goes to a full count now on Karen Devers.
Just as I was talking good things about her, she gets in a wee bit of a jam.
This one is low for ball 4. So Karen Devers will get the pass to first, and we'll go back to the top of the order now. Tracy Turner, the right fielder, singled in the first inning on an infield single to the third baseman. Squares around to bunt. The pitch is high and outside, and going down to second is Karen Devers. So Kecoughtan again has a runner in scoring position. This is a called strike, evening the count at 1-1. Ball low. So what are you planning for your summer vacation, Bob? I know school will be out here in a few weeks. You going anywhere this summer on your vacation?
Tim, I take my vacation during the wintertime so I can go skiing.
You go skiing, right?
Yeah. The school's out, but I keep right on going with my job.
Yeah. Not me. I'm taking a whole summer off.
Oh, yeah. Good for you.
Yeah, I wish.
I got some land down in Florida I want you to look at, too.
If you'll say, if you believe me, I'll sell you that land. Strike to Tracy Turner. 1 out. Runner on second. Full count to Tracy Turner. This one is high, ball 4. So Tracy Turner gets to first base for the second time in this ball game. And the batter will be Rebecca Younger, the pitcher. She reached first on an error in the first inning.
And she also has, as I mentioned in the first inning, 11 home runs this year, Tim. So she can really hit that ball.
She gets a hold of this one. It's going to be short in left field, and it'll drop in for a single. So now the bases will be loaded. And the troubles continue for the Bethel Bruins. Coming to the plate now, Carrie Price. She singled to third in the first inning and knocked in a run.
I'm trying to find a roving reporter, but I can't see AG.
Strike call. Oh, I see him now. He's right directly in front of us, down right behind the umpire. It's a ball high, 1-1 to Carrie Price. 1 away, bases loaded for the Warriors. They lead 4-0. This one is outside and low, ball 2. So Tammy Oliveira, and I hope I'm pronouncing her name correctly, has got herself in a bit of a jam here. Good stop by the catcher, Michelle Gardner, on that one hopper.
And I don't know that Chris Smith, the Kecoughtan coach, has got another pitcher. Since Elsa Elrod is obviously not feeling well.
And that is going to make someone feel ill, as Carrie Price will draw the walk and a run will score, as coming in for Kecoughtan will be Karen Devers, who reached on a walk. So Kecoughtan now has a 5-1 lead. Excuse me, 5-0 lead. Coming to the plate, Lynn McKnight, singled to center with an RBI in the first. Takes a strike. Bases loaded, 1 out. This one is low, 1-1. Foul down the third baseline. It's going to be out of play.
Out of play, Tim, yeah. I was hoping we get a shot. Maybe the camera can catch the third base coach over there, Richard McDonald, who is the Kecoughtan coach. He's on the third base side, and he's got a big grin on his face. Got the bases loaded, and a 5-0 run lead.
This one is popped up to the second baseman, and she's got it. And everybody's back safely for the second out. Lynn McKnight pops to second.
Well, would that have been an infield fly rule on that, Tim?
Boy, you know that, in all seriousness, that is the most difficult rule for me to understand. I would think it would be. I didn't see it signaled.
Because in that instance, what she could have done is perhaps drop the ball, throw it to home, and then throw it to third and get a double play.
Sure. I would not be surprised. I didn't hear it called by the umpire, but
I didn't either. That's what. Maybe it's because it was back behind the. It was back behind the base path, almost in the grass, or maybe that's why it wasn't called. But it was shallow enough. I thought that would have been my call.
Tanya Rose, the batter, with 1 strike against her. Base is still loaded, 2 away. We're in the bottom of the second. She tags it down the left field line right to the left fielder. 1 runs across, another one on the way. So Tanya Rose, who grounded out to third in the first inning, singles to left and gets 2 RBIs.
She really made nice contact with that ball, Tim. That was a real line drive shot down the left field line.
Batter now will be Deborah Schultz, the first baseman. We've got a delay here as we're going to.
I think we're getting a pitch runner is what we're getting, Tim. Number 8 for the Warriors is Jennifer Dale, who is going to pinch run for the catcher, number 19, Tanya Rose.
Strike call to the batter, Deborah Schultz, who grounded out in the first inning. Runners at first and second, 2 away. 3 runs in. This one's high for a ball. Pitcher having some trouble with the buggies, as there are a few little gnats and irritating type bugs out here. Of course, Francis Asbury Park being so close to the water and lots of woods around, you do have problems from time to time with the bugs. Strike, swinging strike to Deborah Schultz. 1 ball, 2 strikes. This one is low, 2-2. Of course, with the shorter base path that you have in the softball, you have more of an opportunity to steal versus the baseball games that we've been covering. This one is tagged to left field, and it'll score 1 run. Play is going to be at third, and it's going to be late. She's safe. And going into second is Deborah Schultz with a single, and I would imagine she took second on the throw.
Tim, one of the differences in this and in baseball, well, you know, in baseball, the runner can lead off. In softball, he cannot lead off, cannot leave the base till the ball leaves the pitcher's hand.
Of course, with a shorter base pass.
And that's the reason, because of the shorter base pass.
This one is low in the dirt, and quickly into cover is the pitcher. The batter for Kecoughtan, Julie Thompson, the third baseman, grounded out in the first inning. Should she reach base, the Warriors would be batting around. This one's high. 2 balls, no strikes. Runners on second and third. 2 outs. Kecoughtan on top, 8-0. This one's low, 3-0. And the strike across the middle of the plate.
Monday, Tammy Oliveira pitched a no-hitter against Phoebus, Tim. That Bethel looked real good in that game. In fact, she only allowed 3 base runners. She walked one. Catcher interfered with the batter, so it allowed a base runner and one error. And that was an excellent game that she had. And, of course, yesterday, that was Monday. Yesterday they played Lafayette, who is the league leading team in the district. But she is really struggling today.
Deborah Zend is up for the second time this inning. She led off with a strikeout, and she takes strike 1. So the Warriors have batted around, put 4 runs on the board, and they've still got the bases loaded. Zend fouls it back, and out in front, 0-2. And Deborah Zend strikes out, so she has the unenviable record of striking out twice in one inning. Don't have that happen too often. Deborah having a tough time at the plate so far in this ball game, but the second inning has come to an end, and after 2 full innings, the score is Kecoughtan 8 and Bethel nothing. Of course, we want to take this opportunity to wish a congratulations to all of the schools for the fine showing in the city of Hampton this year. Of course, the Hampton High School football team going all the way to the state finals. And the Hampton schools continue to excel in sports in
basketball,
general.
they did very well in basketball, Tim. They
certainly did.
End up going into the regional tournament.
Both the girls and the boys
team. In fact,
team.
today as we're playing this game here over at Bruin Park, the Hampton Crabbers are over there, and the winner between Bethel and Hampton will decide who will represent the Peninsula District in the playoffs over in Norfolk at, what's that field over there, the big...
Oh, Foreman Field?
No.
Not Foreman Field, Met Park.
Met Park. That's where they will play the games. It'll be at Met Park. So we got a chance to see both Kecoughtan and Hampton play baseball this year, and the Nichols, young man Nichols from Hampton has 9-0, and he will be pitching today because there's no tomorrow if you don't win today.
Yep. Have we talked to Dr. Stills about trying to do any postseason coverage for any of the Hampton schools?
I don't know. I have not mentioned anything to him, and of course, being played over at Met Park, I don't know what you got to go through regional people. And it's a little more difficult than dealing with the district people, which you deal with all the time. But I'm sure that if Dr. Sam decides we're going to do it, we'll do it.
The batter is Lori Mugler, the center fielder for the Bruins. And she is a quick strikeout victim. And Michelle Gardner, the catcher, comes up.
And this is the second time she caught. Well, I don't know if she caught in the game yesterday or not, Tim, when they played Lafayette, but the first time she ever caught was against Phoebus. She usually is used as a utility infielder, so she's done an admirable job behind the plate today.
1-1 to Michelle Gardner. She hits this to the first baseman, and a leaping grab for the out. So 2 down for the Warriors.
Now that's the second put out that...
Excuse me, 2 down for the Bruins, I should say. I'm sorry.
Deborah Schultz has had on first base. That was a pop fly, and the other one was a foul fly that she caught that was another out. So she's very active over there on that first base line.
Mercedes Robinson steps in. She drew a base on balls in the first inning and was caught stealing for the first out in that inning. Hit right back to the pitcher. And the easy throw over to first. And that's your third out. So again, Kecoughtan breezes through. So after 2.5 innings now, going to the bottom of the third, it's still 8-0 in favor of the Warriors.
Rebecca Younger is just pitching a real fine game, Tim. She has just set down the sides the last 2 times they came up to bat.
Well, I don't want to jinx her, but she's got a no-hitter going. She's had 2 base runners, both of those in the first inning. The first 2 batters walked.
Right.
And since then, no one's gotten on.
Well, she has really settled down after that.
Batting for Kecoughtan here in the top of the third will be Lisa Lowry, the second baseman, will be the first batter.
Well, now, who does number 5, Karen Devers, is she the DH?
Yes, she is.
Who does she bat for, Tim?
It appears that she bats... I don't know. My sophisticated scoring system here has got a glitch in it. I'm not sure who she's batting for.
Okay, sounds good.
Well, we might find out that it is Lisa Lowry that she bats for. Maybe that's why.
I think that's what happens, Tim. I think.
Yeah, you're right. In fact, that's exactly right. Because now that I look at my sophisticated score sheet here, I see that that's exactly what happens. Lisa Lowry is the second baseman, but she does not bat. Karen Devers will go to the plate for her. So you're right on top of things here.
Well, I don't know how top, but I had her down here, and I know you don't bat 10 people.
Well, not unless you're playing slow pitch.
Yeah, that's true.
Karen Devers, the designated hitter, steps in. Takes the ball high. Bottom of the third, Kecoughtan. 4 runs in the first, 4 runs in the second. Pitches inside. Ball 2. Tim Cole with Bob Hintz and A.G. Womble. A.G. is going to have an interview for us, I believe, here between the innings. 3 balls is the count now to Karen Devers.
So he's ready to talk to Chris Smith anytime we can get the camera on him.
All right, Tim, Bob, we got Chris Smith. Chris, you're down 8-zip. What are you going to do to get back in this ball game?
Well, hopefully we'll just keep defending the ball. It's kind of hard with Kecoughtan. They have several ball players that can hit really far. So I've been playing my outfield deep, and then they're hitting the little singles and the doubles, and by the time we get the ball and get it in, they're on second base and they're scoring runs. So hopefully I've moved my outfield in a little bit. Hopefully we'll get some of those doubles and singles.
Becky Younger giving you a little problem so far.
Well, she's an excellent pitcher, and we have some trouble with fast pitching. We really don't have a lot of fast pitchers to practice with. We use a pitching machine, but that's not always the same as a regular pitcher. So sometimes it takes a while for you to adjust to a fast pitcher. But we've just been working on making contact and then hopefully getting the ball out there and letting them make mistakes. But they don't make mistakes. At least today they haven't.
Okay. All right, Tim, Bob, Chris Smith, and it's not over yet.
Thank you.
Not until the fat lady sings, right?
Yeah, I was going to say that, and I had to stop and thought, should I say that or not? And I'm glad I did.
Batter is Tracy Turner, and she takes a strike. On that first pitch, Karen Devers went down to second. So again, Kecoughtan has a runner in scoring position. The count is 1-1 to Tracy Turner.
Kecoughtan has no fear of the catcher's arm, Michelle Gardner. They feel that they can run on her, especially going down to second. So every time they've had somebody on first base, Tim, they have sent them, it's either on the first or the second pitch, they've sent them down to second.
This one's high for a ball. Tracy Turner has been on base twice. She's 1 for 1, singled on an infield single in the first inning, and then drew a walk in the second. She's looking at a 3-1 count. She hits this one sharply right through the glove, or right beneath the glove, I should say, of the shortstop. And official score, how do you do that? She didn't touch the ball, but
well,
she certainly had a good chance to make
yeah,
the play.
that's got to be an error, Tim. That was definitely it was not a searing grounder that would have been hard to stop. She just didn't get down on the ball.
Runners at first and third.
Well, I know
should say now
Tracy would
second,
like.
third.
Excuse me. I know Tracy would like us to call that a hit. She's been on base every time. That's the third time she's been on base on all 3 innings, Tim.
Runners at second and third. Nobody out. Strike called. Batter is Rebecca Younger, the pitcher, who reached on an error in the first and singled to the left in the second. This one is high.
Maybe AG can get a talk with Richard McDonald during the next inning.
This one is popped up to the catcher, and she makes the catch. So Rebecca Younger goes down with the pop-up to the catcher. That's 1 away. And the batter will be Carrie Price, singled to the third, actually an infield single in the first inning with an RBI, and then she walked in the second. This one is popped up to the shortstop. She makes the call and makes the grab. So now Lynn McKnight, who popped up to second last time at bat, and she singled to center in the first inning with an RBI. 2 away now. Runners at second and third. This one is low, ball 1. If you just joined us, we're coming to you from Francis Asbury Park, the game between the Kecoughtan Warriors and the Bethel Bruins. Kecoughtan on top 8-0, scoring 4 in the first, 4 in the second. Bethel has yet to dent the scoreboard. Foul tip. 2 balls, 1 strike. The count to Lynn McKnight, the center fielder. Batting .411. Strike 2 on the inside corner.
That just did catch the inside corner. She sure thought it was a ball because she had no intention of swinging at that.
This was low, so the count goes full. 2 away, runners at second and third. Ball outside, so getting the pass is Lynn McKnight, and the batter will be Tanya Rose, grounded out to third in the first inning, and singled to the left with 2 RBIs in the second inning.
See if I have anything on Tanya. Other words, coach feels that she's the best catcher in the district, but I don't have any statistics as far as how many extra bases she's hit, Tim. But she's evidently an excellent batter.
Hitting .420. Takes ball 2 high. Bases are loaded, 2 away. Count goes to 2-0 and Tanya Rose. She hits this one. It's going to apparently fall in the gap between the center fielder and the left fielder. 1 run is in, 2 runs are in, the 3rd run coming in, and on second base with a double and 3 RBIs.
Well, that's one way to clean the bases, but she did get a good, solid hit that time.
So with 2 outs, Tanya Rose, who will come out for a pinch runner, coming in for Kecoughtan will be Jamie Pardue, who will pinch run.
Well, this will also give her a chance, Tanya Rose, a chance to get her equipment on.
And that brings up of course, the deviation from the rules that most of us are familiar with through the years is that in high school ball you can pinch run and the batter or the player can stay in the game nonetheless. Deborah Schultz is the batter. She grounded out in the first inning and singled to left with an RBI in the second. Count goes to 2-0, and the runner, the pinch runner, Jamie Pardue, has advanced to third on that last throw. This one is going to fall in for a hit to right center and an RBI.
Well, they're doing just exactly what Chris Smith was talking about, the coach of Bethel. He said they're not hitting a long ball like they're used to hitting, that they're hitting it they're falling in for nice singles.
Little Texas leaguers.
Yeah, and he's afraid if he brings his people in too far, and then they go over the head, and then you got extra bases. So
it's a darned if you do, darned if you don't type thing, isn't it?
Yeah, you don't know what to do.
2 away, the ball is in the dirt, and advancing to second is Deborah Schultz. So Deborah's got a couple of RBIs today, and she's 2 for 3. The batter is Julie Thompson, who grounded out in the first and walked in the second. Takes a ball high. 2-0 to Deborah Thompson. Excuse me, Julie Thompson. Strike called. Low and outside, 3-1. Fouled. And the count goes full, 3-2. This one jammed the batter, Thompson.
How many out we have, Tim?
2 away.
2 away. And full count.
And a ball 4 will be forthcoming to Julie Thompson. That's her second walk of the game. And Deborah Zent steps to the plate. Deborah has had her troubles today. She's been a strikeout victim twice. Ball gets away on the high pitch. The runners will advance.
It's a good shot at Deborah there.
Strike called. Just have those times when you get in a slump and it just doesn't seem like anything you do goes right. This one's low.
Well, a lot of time your timing gets off, and you just can't seem to get anything to go.
Deborah gets a piece of this ball, hits it to the second baseman, who scoops it up and throws to first for the final out. So Deborah Zend ends the inning for Kecoughtan, but not before they score 4 more runs. So they're in a rut. They've got 4 in the first, 4 in the second, and 4 in the third. A rut that any coach would be glad to have.
I was going to say, that's not too bad a rut to be in.
There you see some of the younger fans out here this afternoon. As you mentioned, kind of a muggy day. One of the first times this year that I can recall it being kind of humid and sticky.
Yeah, it really is.
Prelude to summer.
Overcast, and of course any breeze at all is being cut off by the trees that surround this park.
There you see our score after 3 full innings. Kecoughtan comfortably on top by the score of 12-0.
He can get us from there? Yeah, he's got a camera.
And we've got AG. I think we're going ready for an interview. So AG, wherever you are, go for it.
Yeah, there he is. We got him over there to the side. Dr. Sam, if you can see right behind you there, we got AG Get
There you
ready
go.
to talk. There he is. That's Richard
Okay.
McDonald. Go
All
ahead.
right, Tim Bob, we have Richard McDonald, 12 zip. You got to be pleased the way things are going so far.
I'm very pleased, very pleased.
They have a 15-run rule here. What's going to happen here if you get 15?
Well, if we get 3 more runs in the next 2 innings, and they don't score anything, the game is automatically over once it reaches 5.
Becky Younger seems to have things under control today.
She's doing real well. She's our leading hitter. She's got 11 home runs, and she's probably not up to her par hitting, but she's got the pitching all wrapped up.
When you hit 12 zip, it's easy to manage, isn't it?
Oh, it's a lot of fun.
Good luck to you, Richard.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Tim Bob, Richard McDonald.
Thank you, AG and Richard. Strike call to the batter.
I forgot about our camera on top of our head there.
Yeah.
Jerome was on top. I just hope he doesn't start doing any tap dancing up there.
And a close play at first. Sherry Wright grounded out to the first baseman. The first baseman had a little difficulty with the ball and, in essence, handed it to the pitcher covering. However you do it doesn't matter. It's out no matter how you do it.
That's right.
So leading off the 4th inning, and we've got 1 out. And the batter is Sharon Edwards, the first baseman. She swings at strike 1.
And I tell you, I bet you Rebecca gets stronger.
This one is going to drop in for a hit, and that will be the first hit of the ball game for Bethel. And going to second on a heads-up play, Sharon Edwards single, and I would imagine they'll charge an error.
Has to be an error on the throw, Tim.
Yeah, they had plenty of time to get it in there, and Sharon Edwards made the turn and realized that, and very alertly went to second when the ball was somewhat bobbled in left field. So the first hit of the ball game for Bethel, Sharon Edwards is in scoring position, and the batter is Stacy Mabe, who takes ball 1. And I noticed the catcher and the umpire having a little trouble with the Nats out here this afternoon.
Well, Stacy Mabe, who is the batter, Tim, has up until yesterday was batting over 500. And she's only had two games that she has gone without a hit this year. She is all district last year. She also has 5 doubles and 3 triples, but she was thrown out on that play.
Good play by the shortstop, Carrie Price, for Kecoughtan on the play. And we've got 2 outs. Runner on second. The batter is Tammy Oliveira, the pitcher. Tammy grounded out to first in the 2nd inning. She's 0 for 1. Ball inside. Conditions today are a little bit different than they were for the last time we watched the Bethel Bruin team play on the diamond. That was a couple of weeks ago when we saw Phoebus and Bethel boys teams, and it was cold.
It was Bethel and Phoebus over there at the Bruin Park. You know, wind was coming in, and we had our jackets on, we're huddled up and everything.
I mean, the difference between then and now is incredible.
About 40 degrees.
Yes, about 40 degrees. You're right. So Tammy, the pitcher, will get the base on balls.
We got number 22 coming in, Tim. Looks like a new batter. Number 22 is Paula Anderson. And Chris Smith says she's a real excellent ball player, but she's also in band, and she misses a lot of practice time because she has to practice with the band also. But he's bringing her in to bat for
Ivana Carson.
So does that mean now that you'll be playing right field?
Gee.
Now you notice I threw that question to you.
Paula Anderson, I believe she will. I think if you come in and bat for the person that you have to replace them, but I could be wrong on that. They've fooled me before. Strike called as they've got runners at first and second. 2 outs, and Bethel with a threat here in the top of the 4th. Paula Anderson takes ball 1. She hits it between the first and second baseman for a single. And Sharon Edwards, now they've got a couple of runners hung up. Sharon Edwards gets back, and now they throw the ball late, and they're going to say she's safe. And coming in to score is Sharon Edwards. So Kecoughtan having a little difficulty on the play there. They made a late throw, and shaken up a bit is the base runner, Tammy Oliveira. And Coach Smith will come out there real quickly to make sure she's okay. Kind of sprained her ankle, I think, when she slid back into second base.
I believe she did. Tanya Rose held the ball just about a second too long before she made the throw. Oliveira had already made the break to second. There was no way that she was going to go to third, and Tanya should have thrown the ball sooner, but that was just a mental error and allowed the Bruins to get on the scoreboard.
Sharon Edwards very alertly. Good base running by Sharon here in the inning. And she comes in to score on the throw to second. So with 2 outs now, Bethel has gotten on the scoreboard. It's 12-1. And the batter now for Bethel is Mary Wiley, the designated hitter. Mary was a strikeout victim in the second. So the pinch hitter, Paula Anderson, does her job, gets a single. And in the ensuing rundown play, a run scores for the Bruins. Mary Wiley checks her swing, and the ball is low. 2 balls, 1 strike is the count to the batter.
That was an excellent piece of coaching that Chris Smith did, bringing in that pitch hitter.
Pitch is outside, 3-1. So struggling here a little bit in the 4th inning is the pitcher Rebecca Younger. Had a no-hitter going into this inning, has given up 2 hits, and throws the strike right across the plate. Mary Wiley with runners at first and second, 2 away. She fouls this one off. Ball is inside, ball 4. So Mary Wiley is on base. And the rally for the Bruins continues. Coming up now will be Jennifer.
I believe it's the Lori Mugler, number 8.
Excuse me, that's right,
No,
Jennifer Hubble.
No, we got number 19 batting, Tim. Yeah, that's Lori Mugler.
Jennifer Hubble is the batter who doesn't bat.
Yeah, she's Mary Wiley is a DH for her.
And Lori Mugler comes to the plate with the bases loaded, taking strike 1. Lori struck out her last time up. Takes the pitch high. Swinging strike 2. Fans might be wondering about the large circle around the pitcher's mound. I'll get to that in just a moment. This one is low for ball 2. As I understand it, Bob, that area, as long as the pitcher's in that area with the ball, the runners cannot leave the base. Is that correct?
That's correct. That's correct.
2-2 the count, bases loaded, and strike 3 called. So Lori Mugler looks at a 3rd strike, and the inning is over with, but the Bruins end up getting 1 run, and they at least break up that no-hitter that Rebecca Younger was enjoying.
Well, that was one time when you don't want to watch a 3rd strike. If you're going to be out, you want to go down swinging, Tim, especially with 2 outs and the bases loaded and behind by 11. You got to try to make contact with the ball, and I'm sure that's what Chris is talking to his gals about. That when you go up there, don't try to hit a home run or anything. Just make contact with the ball. As you can see, some of our fans here watching the ball game.
Dawn Pabst, wasn't she on this team with you?
Yeah, and remember that the AG interviewed her during the boys' district tournament when we was over at Hampton University, and she said that she probably wouldn't go out because she had been suffering from injuries all year long and just needed to rest and work on her grades, and that's why she didn't go out. And of course, that didn't go over real good with the coaching staff at the Richard McDonald, because he was looking forward to having her out there. But you can also have to understand her situation also.
Oh, no
but
question.
you're right.
I'm sure that he understood her desire to, of course, maintain her grade averages, and I'm sure his disappointment was obvious in losing a player of that caliber. She had, of course, played basketball for the Lady Warriors and had come injured during the basketball season. So.
Right. In fact, one of the games that we did, Tim, one of the Kecoughtan, and I'm not sure if that's when they played Bethel or who they played that night, but she did not even dress out because she was suffering from an injury at that time. I think she missed 2 or 3 games.
Of course, the Pabst family, a well-known name in Hampton City schools in the sports departments.
There's a good shot of Angela.
Getting hazardous duty, no doubt. Hazardous duty pay, standing up there on top of the van.
That's a good to get our camera people on a little exposure there every now and then, so the fans will know who's behind the cameras. They do an excellent job and get a little recognition. Looks like we got a new pitcher out there. Number 3 for the Warriors. For the Bruins is Lisa Elrod. And that's the one I thought that she was going to start the game, and I might have gotten some misinformation, but our starting pitcher may have hurt her ankle. As you notice, she did slide back into second base, and it may be one of the reasons that she's out of there.
G. Womble back at Francis Asbury Park. 12-1 our score. Kecoughtan comfortably out in front. And with a 3-0 count, the batter for Kecoughtan is number 5, Karen Devers, the designated hitter. Karen has drawn 2 walks so far in the ballgame. Call strike 1, 3-1 the count. Strike 2 to Karen Devers. So after falling behind, the new pitcher, Lisa Elrod, comes across with 2 strikes.
Well, she's got a 5-2 record, Tim, but she has not pitched against the stronger teams this year.
And she throws ball 4 to Karen Devers. So Karen Devers officially has not been at bat today, even though she's been on base 3 times. Tracy Turner will step to the plate. Bottom of the 4th, Kecoughtan leading 12-1. Tracy squares to bunt, does not do so, and going down to second is Karen Devers.
Had that throw been a little lower, Tim, I believe they would have got her. The ball came in high, and she slid underneath the tag and got to the base before she got tagged.
So now, very interestingly enough, I believe, unless my mind and my eyes are fooling me, I believe our batter has switched to a left-handed batting stance. I could have sworn she started the inning batting right-handed. Now she's batting
she's been left-handed each time, Tim.
As I said, my eyes are going. Eyes and memory. It's a terrible thing when you lose so many things at once.
Is that age, Tim?
Age. It's age. Friday. You know how it is. Friday the 13th. I'm lucky I'm here.
Al, I was real surprised to see you been here. Pretty good time.
I left early.
Okay.
Don't tell anybody at the sweatshop, though.
I won't say a word. I'm sure our fans will keep quiet about it too, Tim.
Our fans are always very quiet.
We did get got some fan mail in today. We want to say we appreciate that.
When you say A, you were right. So keep that letter and card coming, right? 3-1 the count. Tracy Turner pops it over the shortstop's head for a single. And the ball mishandled momentarily, and very alertly Tracy Turner stretches that single into a double.
That was excellent base running that time. Just to get back to the little fan mail that we did get, we want to thank our viewers.
Viewer.
No, Tim. No, we've got quite a few calls about the Soviet game that we did last weekend, and a lot of people have expressed tremendous satisfaction in our ability to bring that and show a lot of the people that didn't get a chance to go because of being a Mother's Day that did have previous plans, but we had an excellent crowd at the Coliseum. But we do appreciate all the cards and calls and everything that come in to let us know that we are meeting some of the needs of the community.
Runners at second and third, nobody out, and a strike call. Rebecca Younger is the batter. She reached on an error in the first. She singled to the left in the second, and she popped out to the catcher in the third. This one is low, a good stop by the catcher. Deborah Schultz has switched positions, and she is now the catcher for, excuse me, let me correct myself here. We got a new catcher completely for Bethel. That's Robin Kennedy, number 21, who has come in as the catcher, replacing Michelle Gardner. Runners at second and third. This one is hit to left field. It's going to drop in for a hit. One run scores. The second one is on the way, and stand-up double for Rebecca Younger. So her batting average won't suffer today.
No, sir, not a bit. She was batting .521 coming in, and she's 2 for 3 today. Yeah, at least 2 to 3, isn't she?
Well, actually, she's 2 to 4. She reached on an error, popped out, and singled and doubled now. So she's batting .500. So actually, her batting average at this point would actually slip a bit. But I think the coach will accept a .500.
I think so.
I think I would.
I would.
Carrie Price, the batter. Singled in the first, walked in the second, and popped up to the shortstop in the third. Hits this one right up the middle, right between the legs of the pitcher. Coming in for the score, and again, good alert base running. Well, I say that, as soon as I say that, the runner, Carrie Price, in an effort to get to second. Looked like she was going to make it okay, but she lost her footing, and now that she's being attended to out at second base.
That's Coach Richard McDonald bending over there. She just shook up a little bit. Maybe a little upset with herself because she thought she could have made it and did not make it on that run, but
so the Warriors now have scored 3 runs here in the bottom of the fourth, and it's 15-1. Batter stepping up is Lynn McKnight. Singled, walked, and popped to second. She hits it to right field. So she continues her hitting ways. She is 2 for 3 today. And Tanya Rose will be up. Tanya with 5 RBIs on the afternoon. Tanya is 2 for 3. A double, a single, and grounded out to third. Squares around to bunt. Going on the pitch and tagged out at second is Carrie Price. Or check that, not Carrie Price, but Lynn McKnight.
I tell you, Kecoughtan came here to play all out. They're not deviating from their game plan at all, Tim. They were running, coming in, and even with the lead, they're still running.
So 2 outs now. Tanya Rose steps back in. She hits it to the shortstop, deflects it to the second baseman, and on a good play to first base. So you get an assist on that one.
And I believe that the batter may have made it had she not slid. I don't know, but it was close. But that was a bounce off to one into the glove of the other and an out. At the end of, is that 4 complete innings, Tim?
4 complete innings. And there you see probably the youngest fan out here today. Looks like our youngster is battling the bugs as well. A future star, no doubt. Getting some of that drink. Keep the liquids coming, Mom. There you see the score. The Warriors have run that score out to 15-1. There is a 15-run rule in girls softball. In the next inning, should Kecoughtan go 15 runs or more ahead of the Bruins, then the game would be called. At this point, the Bruins are still in it.
And they are batting.
Starting off for the Bruins. Well, they've had some changes, so I will hold on for a moment before I announce the batter.
It may be Robin Kennedy.
I believe it might be.
And she's batting .306, Tim. I do have some statistics for the Bethel Bruins, and as far as the batting goes.
Robin Kennedy will in fact be the batter, as she has replaced Michelle Gardner. There you see Robin, as she'll be going to the plate momentarily as we begin the top of the 5th inning. So Robin Kennedy, batting over 300, steps to the plate. Promptly fouls it down the first baseline. Out of play.
Tim, I did get to watch the Soviet Boo Williams game the other night, and it was we really enjoyed Pat Patrick sitting down and joining us during that first half. It was real good comments we received from him.
Bounce back to the pitcher for the first out. So Robin Kennedy grounds out to start the inning. It's always a pleasure to have Pat Patrick on. He's very articulate and very knowledgeable, and makes a good commentator. We'd like to have more participation by Mr. Patrick. I'm sure he stays very busy, however. Got a pinch batter now for the Bruins, and that is number 2, Kirsten McVicker. She takes the strike.
Yeah, I got her batting .255 coming into the game, Tim.
Strike 2 on Kirsten. And the strikeout as she looked at the third pitch. So 2 away now for the Bruins. And coming to the plate, Sherry Wright. Mercedes Robinson was the person that Kirsten McVickers batted for, I do believe. And Rebecca Younger is really firing the ball in there now.
She's got in the same place every time, Tim, right over that outside corner. She's in a real groove. That's about 6 pitches that have gone right in that same spot.
And she does a number. So 1, 2, 3 on the Bethel Bruins here in the top of the 5th. 2 strikeouts and a ground out to the pitchers. So Rebecca Younger had something to do with each of the 3 outs.
We did that.
So Kecoughtan continues to roll along as they lead 15-1. And I would imagine as the home team, if they go, as I understand it, if they get one more run here in the bottom of the inning, then the game will conclude. It has to be 5 full innings as I understand it.
Yeah, that's what I thought. 5 full innings is the understanding that I have. I did not know that there was a run limit.
Deborah Schultz will lead off for the Warriors.
We got somebody new on second base down there, Tim. If I get her number, I can let you know. And I believe we have somebody new at second base. But she's going to have to turn around so I can pick up her number. All right, everybody out there, turn around. So we see
everybody pirouette.
It looks like it's number 12, Tim. That's Mary Wiley.
She was the designated hitter, so I guess she's coming in now to play the field.
Okay. I knew she was in there before, but she was the DH. Okay.
So Deborah Schultz steps to the plate. Grounded out, single to left, and single to right. She's got 2 RBIs on the afternoon. Looks at a pitch high. Ball 1. Low, ball 2.
Tim, I just realized that we talked about when we did the Bethel, I checked at the Kecoughtan game last year out here for the state championship, there was a different coach for the Kecoughtan Warriors at that time also. This evidently is Richard McDonald's first year coaching the girls.
Strike call to Deborah Schultz. And this one almost hits her. It's inside. 3-1. Looks at a ball low, so she'll get her base. To lead off the 5th inning, batter now will be number 10, Julie Thompson, the third baseman. Julie's been on base twice. Both times she got on there with the walk. She grounded out in the 1st inning. Takes a low pitch, ball 1. I've been a catcher in softball before. Of course, I caught it in slow pitch, but boy, that is a rough position to play.
I wouldn't catch. You couldn't pay me enough to catch.
Well, I was in high school, so they didn't pay me, but I got a lot of snacks, which attributes to my, shall we say, large physique. A lot of Snickers bars. 1-1 the count. Low, ball 2. Kecoughtan with a comfortable 15-1 score. 2 balls, no strikes to the batter. Outside and high, ball 3. So the substitute pitcher, Lisa Elrod, is having a little difficulty finding the plate here. 3-0. And ball 4 is the call to Julie Thompson. So Julie Thompson gets her 3rd walk of the game. second in a row, as we've got runners at first and second, nobody out, and Deborah Zend, who struck out twice and grounded out to second. Takes the ball inside high. Takes strike one.
Well, they're looking down at the coach at the third base box to get their signs, and I think she was taking all the time on that time, Tim, because she has not been pitching the ball across the plate.
2 balls and a strike, as that pitch was high. Popped up to the third baseman, and she's got it. And going over to third, and we should see a double play, and we do.
The home umpire, or the home plate umpire, did call infield fly, but you still advance at your own risk, and that's exactly what happened that time. As the runner on second went to third, but you can't do that. That was a heads-up play by the Bethel Bruins to get a double play that time.
So 2 away very quickly now. Runner at first will advance to second on the low pitch. The batter is Karen Devers, the designated hitter. She's 0 for 0 today, although she's been on base 3 times.
0 for 0.
0 for 0. She's got a good batting eye as she has drawn 3 walks. And this time she swings away. She bounces it back to the pitcher, over to first for the out. So the Bruins avoid the 15-run rule here in the bottom of the 5th, as they get a double play on the pop up to third and threw back to second to complete the double play. So after 5 full innings, our score 15-1 in favor of the Kecoughtan Warriors. Again, we'll show you some of the fans out here at Francis Asbury Park.
If I get up with AG, I got somebody for him to interview. But he walked over behind the truck. I'll have to wait till he comes back around.
Who do you have him to interview?
Well, I have Mr. Hill down here, Tommy Hill. If you remember, Christy Hill from last year was
Sure.
a tremendous basketball and softball player for the Kecoughtan Warriors, and maybe we get an update of what she's doing in college. I know she went down to college to play both basketball and softball at the college level, and I thought maybe the fans would like to hear a little update on what Christy is doing. So if we can get AG over here, maybe I can get him lined up with Tommy Hill. Now we have some changes again. Chris Smith is out there talking to the official, the umpire, more than anybody else, but he's steady making some changes. He's going to get everybody who's going to get to play today, I guess. Well, there's a good shot of the excellent crew.
You'll have to give me a handshake.
Okay, I do hear AG, and we're going to go over there now.
Oh, he's got Christy. All right.
All right, Tim, Bob, we do have Christy Hill. And Christy, you at Show One this year. How'd the school season go for you?
Well, basketball didn't go very well. We had a losing season. I think we were like 3-16.
You don't like losing?
No, I don't like losing at all. We were very inexperienced, and that hurt us. But we took it in stride, and it was a good growing experience. And next year we're bringing in a lot of really good ball players. The coaches worked hard recruiting, and I think we're really going to be tough.
All right, did you play anything other than basketball?
Played softball. We had a really good season. We were 17-10. Our record should have been better, I think. We lost a lot of close games, extra innings and stuff, but we had a very successful season. We had the best pitcher. She was player of the year, and she was really good. She's going to West Georgia next year. So coach has been recruiting another pitcher. So, we're going to be pretty tough next year.
Your Warriors doing okay today?
I don't know. I just got here, but
They're up 15-1.
that's what I heard. It sounds pretty good.
Okay, well, glad to have you here back in Hampton, and proud of all your accomplishments both here and at Show One.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
All right, thanks. Tim and Bob.
I knew you'd find a good-looking gal to talk to, AG. That's my sweetheart. I like Christy. Christy goes to our church. I've known her for a long, long time. She's an excellent athlete.
Stacy Mabe takes strike one, as over at first base right now is Sharon Edwards, who drew the walk to start the 6th inning. Foul ball as Stacy Mabe fouls it away. Going to have some more substitutions, as you may have been able to hear. We have a young lady by the name of Frazier, that's Summer Frazier, is going to go in and run for Edwards. I have to figure out who Edwards is here. That would be
Sharon Edwards, who
Sharon Edwards, right,
plays
so
first
drew the
base.
walk. Okay, so Sharon walked, and now she'll be pinch run for. This one has popped up down the third baseline. It's going to make it out of play. Stacy Mabe is the batter. The runner on first. This one is hit to center field and is going to drop in for the hit. Runners at second and third.
And the center fielder out there, number 18, Lynn McKnight, threw that ball and is really holding her arm funny. I believe she threw her arm out when she threw the ball, Tim.
Little Texas leaguer out there again. This one was one of those plays where if you run in, you might catch it, but if you don't catch it, it's going to get by you. And Lynn kind of held up on the run, and the ball did get past her a little bit. So the Bruins now have another threat. They've got runners at second and third, and nobody out.
Well, Stacy Mabe is a senior, Tim, and last year she was all district, so she is an excellent player. She was batting over 500 until the last couple games. So, you know, she is an excellent ball player and does make good contact with the ball. Got a little conference out there trying to get the pitcher settled down a little bit there, Rebecca Younger.
So Lisa Elrod, who replaced Tammy Oliveira as the pitcher, will step up to the plate. Nobody out. Nice bunt down the third baseline. The runner won't be able to advance. And safe at first as the ball was bobbled. So Lisa Elrod will get on first.
Tim, that was one of the best bunts I have seen.
Can't do it much better
And, of course, you had to hold the runner on. And as she did, of course, that gave that extra split-second chance for the runner to make it to first base. And, of course, the ball was bobbled, the throw was bobbled, so she was safe regardless. So Bethel is not quit, Tim. They may be behind, but they're not giving this game away.
So the batter now stepping to the plate, Paula Anderson, with bases loaded, takes ball two. Paula Anderson, who pinch hit last inning, got a single. This time hits it right to the right fielder. Good heads-up play by the right fielder for Kecoughtan, Tracy Turner right there. And she has some difficulty throwing it in, but there won't be any advancing by the runners. So Paula Anderson hits it sharply to right, only to have it caught. So the bases continue to be packed. Mary Wiley steps to the plate. Mary Wiley started the game as the designated hitter, and now she is playing second base for the Bruins. Takes ball high, 1-1. Strike two called. So Mary Wiley, who's obviously a good hitter, she's the designated hitter, looks at a perfect pitch down the pipe. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And she is going to be called out as, let's face it, Rebecca Younger reared back and threw that one.
Well, as a pitcher, you got to just rear back and throw and use the stuff. You can't try to place the ball. When you try to start placing the ball, that's when you start getting hit.
So bases loaded now and 2 outs, and the batter is Bonnie Zeller, who's yet another pinch batter for the Bruins. Foul ball. No balls, 2 strikes, so Rebecca Younger's out in front quickly. Throws it low, the runners will not advance. One ball, 2 strikes. 2 away here in the top of the 6th. And strike 3 called on the outside corner, so
that has been one. Excuse me, Tim. That's been one of her better pitches all game. Is on that outside corner.
7 strikeouts for Rebecca Younger, and she has thrown that outside strike whenever she has really been in a bind. Bases were loaded, and the Bruins come up with nothing.
And they had the bases loaded with no outs, Tim. So that really hurts you when you're behind, is to have 3 base runners, nobody out, and you can't get anybody across.
So we go to the bottom of the 6th. There you see the score. Lisa Elrod continues to be the pitcher for the Bruins. See, Dr. Sam Stills is trying to get an overhead shot of the Kecoughtan team being spoken to. There you see, that's the shot from Dr. Sam's camera. He was trying to get the coach and the girls there all on the shot from above the stands here atop the production van. I imagine during the summertime we're supposed to be getting some more equipment, I understand, for our fall football season.
Well, if things come away they're supposed to be, hopefully we might have some slow motion instant replay or something. That's really going to be nice to be able to start off the season with that Hampton Tab football game and be able to check out our new equipment at the same time, Tim.
Check out Mr. Terry Kirby while we're at it.
There's a good shot of Dr. Sam on the truck.
Tracy Turner is the batter. Tracy has singled twice, reached on an error, and walked. This one is outside.
Hey, she has been batting left-handed all game, Tim.
only in my imagination.
Picking on you a little bit here.
I thought she had switched. I mean, I'm telling you. Grounds it to the second baseman, over to first for the out.
We got a new first baseman, Tim. It looks like number 13. That's Summer Fraser that came in and batted, is playing first base now.
And Rebecca Younger, the pitcher, with a couple of RBIs today, steps up to the plate. She got a double, a single, popped up to the catcher, and reached on an error in the first. Takes strike 1. Rebecca's pitched a real fine ball game today. Ball 1, the pitch to Rebecca. High ball 2. Low ball 3. So Lisa Elrod struggling here in the bottom of the 6th. And ball 4. So Rebecca Younger will reach on base on balls. So she is going to be 2 for 4 on the afternoon. And coming to the plate, Carrie Price.
Well, let's see if they run like they have been all game, Tim.
Well, they are. Without any hesitation at all, Rebecca Younger goes down to second base on the pitch.
She had that pitch, that throw beat well. She didn't even have to slide in there. But you can see Kecoughtan's strategy is to get those people in scoring position as quick as you can. Get them down there at second and third.
This one is popped up. It's going to fall in for a hit. Advancing to third and going to second on the no throw, I should say. I started to say on the throw, but the shortstop held up on the ball. So with runners at second and third now, nobody out. Carrie Price gets a single with a base on the lack of throw, I guess is how you say that.
Well, this has been very unusual. There've been just a number of Texas leaguers that's just been out of reach for the Bruins today.
Ball in the dirt to the batter, Lynn McKnight. McKnight singled twice, walked, and popped to second. Just 2 for 3. And Lynn McKnight has to bail out as Lisa Elrod got that one up high and tight.
She put her hand out there to try to fend that ball off, but didn't get out of the way.
Takes the ball high, 3-0 is the count to Lynn McKnight, center fielder.
You can at least get the bases loaded so you can have 3 more RBIs. Let's hit 6 more from us. All right.
This one is in the dirt and coming home to score. And then Lynn McKnight keeps going as she goes all the way down to second. And that should be your ball game, as the score now has reached the 16-1 status. They're discussing the scoring, but it is 16-1, but
Yeah.
apparently, yeah.
And that is the game, Tim.
So the Kecoughtan Warriors have not too much difficulty as Rebecca Younger pitches for Kecoughtan and records the victory and had a couple of hits in the process. The Warriors came out with their batting helmets ablaze today. They were ready to hit that ball from the very beginning.
They were that, Tim. They were come out not only swinging the bat, but they were running once they got on base. Just a reminder to the audience that this is going to be played Monday at 9:15 p.m., Wednesday and Thursday at 9:15 p.m., and then again Friday morning at 9 a.m. so that if you're watching this, you'll know when the other air times are going to be. You can let the fans know what's going to happen and everything so that they can have a chance to see this ball game.
They almost got a chance to see the coach get drenched with the Gatorade bucket as running out there with the bucket was Tracy Turner and just narrowly missed the coach. I think AG is going to try and interview a couple of young ladies on the sidelines. It looks like she's got Number 19, Tanya Rose, and I believe she's also got Rebecca Younger. All right, AG, whenever you're ready.
Okay, Tim, Bob, we had a little excitement down here. I'm glad I didn't get hit, but Tanya Rose, 7 RBIs at least today. Your thoughts on the big win for the Warriors?
I'm really glad that, we come out here and won because, all in all, we've had a pretty good season this year, and one of our goals was to beat Bethel twice, and we went through with it and did it.
Okay, Richard, 16-1, easy game to manage as we were talking about earlier.
Oh yeah, it was a lot of fun. Pressure was off in the first inning, but I feel sorry for Bethel. They've had a few injuries, and they had to play 2 hard games back to back, and it took a lot out of them. Their pitcher was a little tired, it looked like. And
all right, this young lady, Becky Younger, great game, Becky. What was working well for you today?
Just straight pitch. Didn't throw many curves today. Not many change-ups.
Okay, were you surprised at the way things went so well?
Yeah, I was. I thought it would be closer, but I guess that's because they had to play a tough one yesterday. So
you seem to be the latter innings seem to be throwing the ball even faster than you were at the beginning of the game.
That usually happens. I usually kind of get going in the later innings. Start off kind of bad.
Okay, is this young lady a nice person to pitch to?
Oh yeah, she's great. She keeps me going.
They keep each other in line.
All right, Tanya, I think you got one more game. You're 10-5 so far. Your thoughts on the season as a whole?
I've really enjoyed this season. We come this year, everyone, we were hoping to come back and do something, but I think all in all, the whole team had a lot of fun this year, even though our record wasn't as well as it was last year.
Well, Coach, congratulations again, and you're going to be back again next year?
Oh, definitely. All
right, good luck to y'all. Great game. All right, Tim, Bob, the victorious Warriors.
All right, AG, and again, thank you for your usual fine job. I hope you enjoy your summer vacation. I know you'll be basking in the sun and taking it easy.
Well, I know he's going to be writing down all these questions that he can ask the cheerleaders during the timeout and the half times of the football and basketball games that we had. But AG does a tremendous job. We really appreciate him. I remember Sunday when he was trying to interview the Russian coaches, and we got a lot of Russian. I didn't understand a whole lot what was going on, but that was more than I would have done. But we've enjoyed it. We want to thank our crew coming out here and setting up. Scotty and Sam and Angela and Bev and Jerome, they all do an excellent job. And we really appreciate all that the time that they set up to make it a little easier for you and I, Tim.
Absolutely. And again, our thanks to the crew, and we hope all of you enjoy your summer. And unless we have some postseason play, I believe that's going to about do it for us this year. We will be back in the fall, as Bob mentioned at the beginning of the game. It is official now. The Hampton Crabbers will be our first game, and they will take on the Tab Tigers with Terry Kirby and company in a game I'm looking forward to, and I hope you guys around here will do the same. I know Bob is. He's already licking his lips, and he thinks about that.
I'm looking forward to that.
It should be a good one. So again, the final score here from Francis Asbury Park: the Kecoughtan Warriors 16, the Bethel Bruins 1. For Bob Hintz and A.G. Womble, the entire crew, thanks for watching, everybody. Good afternoon.